Methamphetamine was first synthesized from the naturally occurring alkaloid ephedrine by Japanese chemist Nagai Nagayoshi in 1893 while researching the structure of ephedrine. The structure of ephedrine is shown here. This resulted in what is now known as methamphetamine. The formula for meth is C10H15N. Its molecular weight is 149.2 grams per mole. The methamphetamine structure also contains 8 chemically distinct carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This carbon is a chirocarbon, meaning it is surrounded by 4 different groups. Since there are 8 chemically distinct carbons, this would suggest that there are 8 peaks on the C13 NMR spectra. In addition to this, there are also 7 distinct hydrogens, which would suggest 7 distinct peaks on the H1 NMR spectra. In addition to all of this, there is a lone pair on nitrogen, making it a polar molecule. There is also an aromatic ring and an amine. Methamphetamine is a chiral compound, as I stated earlier, with 2 enantiomers. Dextromethamphetamine, which is shown on the left above, is the active one used in making meth, and levomethamphetamine, shown on the right, is not. So how does methamphetamine work? In order to take effect, meth must end up in the bloodstream of its subject, whether that be by snorting, injecting, swallowing, or smoking. Meth is a stimulant, which means it increases an individual's heart rate. Methamphetamine is considered a dopamine agonist because it blocks the reuptake process that reabsorbs excess dopamine in the synaptic cleft back into the presynaptic neurons. A gradual buildup of dopamine occurs, so when a person takes meth, there is an increased level of dopamine that interacts with the dopamine receptors on the postsynaptic neurons and activates the mesolimbic system. Methamphetamine blocks dopamine reuptake by altering the function of the dopamine transporter. Instead of transporting the dopamine from the synaptic cleft back into the presynaptic neuron, methamphetamine causes the direction for dopamine transport to reverse, which actually leads to an increased release of dopamine, resulting in that extreme high or euphoria. Shown is a basic way that this works. This is also the structure of dopamine. See how it is relatively similar to methamphetamine. The process of cooking methamphetamine is not so much complicated. There are directions that can be followed, but rather that it is dangerous. An individual cannot make meth without ephedrine or pseudoephedrine. Substances found in Sudafed and other over-the-counter cold medications that are widely available in local drugstores, supermarkets, and even truck stops. Sudafed is the common brand of pseudoephedrine cold sinus tablets, but now pharmacies are catching on and opting instead to sell Sudafed PE, a phenylphrine, rather than pseudoephedrine, which is used in making methamphetamine. So, ephedrine and pseudoephedrine are to methamphetamine what flour is to bread, the essential ingredient. It is essential because it is one of the few reactants that is able to be easily obtained and still yields the end result of methamphetamine product. Shown are Sudafed and its newly Sudafed PE, which is trying to be put on the market. Both serve the same purpose. This is the basic procedure of how meth is chemically made. The pure pseudoephedrine is then mixed with red phosphorus and hydriodic acid. The red phosphorus is then filtered out and later reused, and adding a lye solution neutralizes the remaining acid. A substance is added that will bind to meth, and the liquid meth is then drained out. Hydrogen chloride gas is bubbled through the liquid meth, making it a crystalline hydrochloride salt. The hydrogen chloride gas is able to react with the methamphetamine molecule due to the negative charge of chlorine and the available electrons of nitrogen. This is then poured through a filter cloth, and the meth that is left on the filter is then dried. Once dry, the meth is stepped on or mixed down with inert filler in order to maximize profits, weighed and packaged for shipment or sale. This process generally takes about 2 days' time and can result in hundreds of thousands of methamphetamine doses. Thank you.